The summer is only just beginning, but a lot has already happened in the transfer window. Big moves are being completed left and right, like Anthony Gordon to Barcelona, Ibrahima Konaté to Real Madrid, and Andy Robertson to Spurs. But at the same time, there are a lot of deals which are falling through for one reason or another. We've talked about some of the big transfers that have been completed in a different video, so this time around, let's talk about the ones that have gone left. These are 10 huge transfers that have been rejected so far this summer. This video is sponsored by Supply Handlers. We'll start with Alisson Becker. For what felt like a long time, it looked like the Brazilian shot-stopper was going to leave Liverpool this summer. Juventus showed real interest in him, and Alisson was really tempted by the idea of returning to Italy after having been away for 8 years. The old lady offered him a longer contract than the one he currently has at Liverpool, which expires next year, but ultimately Liverpool refused to sell, insisting that they want to keep the Brazilian. Having already lost Salah, Konaté and Robertson in this window, Liverpool think it's important not to lose another experienced figure in this same window, so they have completely blocked the move. This one has completely fallen through, and Juventus have even moved on. They are now trying to get Emi Martinez from Aston Villa, and they have Tottenham's Guglielmo Vicario as a backup option. But when it comes to Barcelona and Julian Alvarez, we're sure that the Spanish giants haven't moved on just yet. They sent an official bid for the Argentine striker, which has been rejected by Atleti. Their club president even came out to say that Alvarez is an Atleti player, not just for this season, but for many others. But not only was this particular move rejected, it was met with great displeasure by Atleti. They reacted strongly online by ridiculing Barcelona and mockingly announcing that they too had secured the signings of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha and Pedro, 3 of Barcelona's best players. But you just know that this drama isn't over just yet. Alvarez has said that he wants to leave the club, and Barcelona will likely come forward with another bid. Real Madrid also put in an audacious 150 million offer for the player, but we suspect that it was all a ruse to force Barca to overspend if they are to get their man. Now, how do you think this one will end? Will Alvarez end up joining Barcelona this summer? Will he remain at Atleti? Or will he move to a different club altogether? Tell us what you think in the comments. While you're there, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing comment. Done? Now back to the video. Apparently, Alvarez is not the only striker Barcelona have tried to sign in this window. Before going for the World Cup winner, they showed real interest in Juan Pedro, but Chelsea wasted no time to shut it all down. The Blaugranas had the Brazilian at the top of their striker list for the summer and wanted to complete the deal very early, just like they did with Gordon. But Chelsea didn't even let it fester. They said that they have no intention at all to negotiate, discuss, or even talk about Juan Pedro, as they consider him to be a key part of the project and totally untouchable. As far as they were concerned, no amount of money was going to change their mind about it. It was after the Spanish champions were hit with this rejection from the London club that they then moved on to Julian Alvarez. But Juan Pedro is not even the only Premier League striker a Spanish club tried to sign this summer. Erling Haaland was also the subject of a move to Real Madrid, and that was blatantly rejected. This one is actually a very funny story. Enrique Riquelme, the man who was going up against Florentino Perez in the Real Madrid presidential elections, promised to bring Erling Haaland and Rodri to the Bernabeu if he became president. He even brought a Real Madrid jersey with Haaland's name to an interview to show how serious he was about the plan. Now, while Rodri and his camp failed to categorically deny the rumours, Haaland's team made sure to do that in no uncertain terms. The player's dad as well as his agent came out to say that none of it was true and that they had not agreed to anything at all. Manchester City then released an official statement saying that the stories coming from Spain regarding the future of Erling Haaland were completely false and that there is no chance of the striker leaving the club. They even considered taking legal actions against Riquelme for using the image of their player in that context. Now, while this one was the promise of Riquelme, Perez himself also made a promise that was rejected. He hinted that he was ready to make a club record €150 million bid for Michael Olise after he became president. But even before an official bid was put in, it was rejected by Bayern Munich. Club president Uli Hoeneß came out to say that there's no chance that the club sells Olise this summer, not even for €200 million. He went on to advise Perez to save himself the trouble of sending the bid because Olise is a Bayern player with a long contract and Bayern Munich is not a selling club. And this was not even the first time Uli said an emphatic no to Real Madrid. In May, Mourinho was present at the DFB Pokal final to watch Olise, which sparked rumours that the Portuguese coach was trying to lure the winger to Madrid. The Bayern president reacted to that by saying that Mourinho can keep 5 eyes on the Frenchman, but he still won't get him. We don't know how many different ways a club can be told no, but Real Madrid have certainly heard it in many different versions from Bayern Munich this summer. But while Bayern Munich are the ones doing the rejection in this case, they have also been on the receiving end of rejection this summer. Not so long ago, The Athletic reported that Bayern were exploring a surprise move to sign Rio Ngumoha from Liverpool this summer, but the Merseyside quickly hit back very quickly, saying that their 17-year-old wonder kid is not for sale. As far as the club is concerned, he's untouchable and there is no chance that he leaves, as he is a crucial part of the project. But it's not just players who have been rejecting bids and offers so far this summer, coaches have been doing that too. In addition to promising Rodri and Haaland, Enrique Riquelme also said that Jurgen Klopp is the manager he wants for his Real Madrid project and he will try to sign him. But Klopp's agent quickly replied, saying that the former Liverpool boss doesn't plan to return to coaching yet, as he's very happy at Red Bull. He further added that it is annoying that anything otherwise was suggested. He also denied any reports linking the former Dortmund boss with a move to Al Ittihad, saying that there is no possibility of that happening this year. And from one former Liverpool coach to another, Arne Slot has also rejected a move to Fulham. The 2025 Premier League winner was sacked by Liverpool a couple weeks back, and Fulham tried to offer him an immediate return to the Premier League after Marco Silva left to go and succeed Jose Mourinho at Benfica. But Slot has already rejected the offer from Fulham, as he's trying to stay open for bigger offers. The Dutchman has been linked to the vacant AC Milan job, and rumours are also saying that he could take over from Ronald Koeman as coach of the Netherlands national team after the World Cup. With those options still on the table for him, you can understand why he rejected Fulham. Up next, let's talk about Josh Action Pong, who has been approached by Man City, Man United and Bayern Munich this summer already. But just like they did with João Pedro, Chelsea shut it down very quickly. The 20-year-old defender is hugely appreciated by Xabi Alonso. The new coach sees him as a very important part of his project and as such has labelled him untouchable. Finally, Manchester City have seen a bid for Elliot Anderson rejected by Nottingham Forest. The Mancunian club have shown real interest in the midfielder for months now, and the change of coach has done nothing to change that. City sent an official bid to Forest, who almost immediately rejected it. Apparently, they want more than €100 million for their star man. Well, recent reports say that City are preparing another bid for the 23-year-old, as they are keen on landing him this summer by any means. So even though one bid has been rejected, this one could still end up going through this summer, especially as Elliot Anderson also appears to be very interested in making the move to Manchester. Anyway, it is now time to hear from you guys. Have there been more big rejections this summer? Which move do you think will be the next to be rejected? How many of these rejected moves do you think will end up going through? Get in the comments and talk to us. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye. It's here. The Goal 90 Mastery Mat has landed. Built for the next generation of footballers. More control, faster feet, sharper confidence. With the Goal 90 app, every session is guided, every touch has purpose. Train at home, train every day. Level up in just 20 minutes. Launch offer is live. 30% off, plus free worldwide shipping. Don't miss the drop. Order now at Goal 90 Shop.